Good morning, this is Susan, and my channel is Susan Rambling. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you are safe and healthy. We're continuing on with my bread recipes. This one is a recipe that I found many years ago, and the best part of it is, excuse me, is that if you have just two small loaves, not a huge loaf, and when you're only one person, it takes a while to eat up your whole loaf, a big loaf. So these mini loaves are especially important to me because I can make them. I can throw one in the freezer, eat one up, I eat one up and throw one in the freezer. When the first one is eaten, then I can bring the second one out, and I'll still have fresh bread, but it won't spoil on me, or I won't have to rush around making breadcrumbs or whatever with it. Okay, so this is the one I like really better than any of them. Really a simple recipe. It's a basic recipe for bread making. And like I said, it's got you make two small loaves instead of a big loaf. Yeah, I guess that's it. I'm going to show you the top first, ingredients first, because it is a long one and it doesn't quite fit in my tablet, I guess you say. Not the whole thing, not unless I want to cut up make it really, really small and make it really difficult for you. So anyway, here's the ingredients first, in the first part of the instructions. Like I said, it's an easy one. If you've got a KitchenAid like I do, bless my daughter for that. You do your kneading in that KitchenAid until the ball forms, until it's well kneaded. It's a blessing to me because my arms, with my fibromyalgia and with my rheumatoid arthritis, don't allow me to knead, or not to knead the way I should. It should be. So the KitchenAid does all the work for me. Anyway, that's the first part of it. I'm going to move down after that. So after you've got the ingredients there, and I'm going to move down and give you the directions. Okay? Like I said, it's just a basic bread recipe, except you bake it in smaller pans, and that makes it that they don't cook. You don't have to cook it as long, and so forth and so forth. Anyway, like I said, I make it. I make 2 loaves. I eat 1 loaf, and the other loaf goes in the freezer. And then when I'm finished with the 1 loaf, I grab the other one out of the freezer. Okay. So I hope you got that one. You know, I got a lot of recipes here. Okay. This one, I think, is really fun. You know, you can make the Bismarcks out of bread dough, and then you put the jelly inside. But this one is just a little bit different. It's basically a baking powder biscuit, and when you get it done, you put a thumb in the biscuit, and you fill it with jelly. So you have jelly biscuits. Like I said, it's a baking powder biscuit, basically, except instead of rolling out another difference is instead of rolling out the biscuits, you would drop the biscuits and use a teaspoon and drop them on your baking sheet. Then, like I said, you put your thumb in, and you put jelly in your thumb. It's quite easy, different, and it's easier than the Bismarcks that you can make. Okay, believe me, I have done both of them, and I would much rather do this one than I would the Bismarcks. Although you do have a different texture there. You have the biscuit texture here, and on the Bismarcks you would have, with the filled with jelly, you would have the bread texture. But I like this. Or I take any bread and I make it up. I'll give you my raised donut recipe sometime here. Not today, because I've got too many other recipes to go with. But then I use that recipe for Bismarck's and for my raised donuts. Okay, and it's a sweeter dough. Okay, that's our jelly biscuits. Like I said, it's an easy recipe. Basically, biscuits. And you put your thumb in the biscuit in the middle, make a thin grim, make a hole in the middle of it, and you put your jelly in and you bake it. It's good. It's good. My hands are shaking. I don't know about this. Okay, here's my next one. I hope. Yep, there we go. This one I like because you can make them ahead of time, and you don't have to freeze them. You just bake. You don't have to bake them right away. You just freeze them, and then whenever you want some fresh rolls, you take out as many as you need from the freezer. You bake them up, and you got fresh rolls within 15 or 20 minutes, I think it is. Anyway, so yeah, it's a better horn roll. The basic again recipe, bread recipe. And like I said, I like them because I can freeze them before they're baked, and then I can take out. Well, there's only one of me, so I'll only take out one or two, and I'm fine, or maybe 3 or 4, and then I have it for a couple of days. But if I have company, they will all wonder, especially they all wonder, how did she make all those? Boy, she really went to a lot of trouble with us because she baked these rolls for us. I mean, baked bread is not usual anymore. Well, I shouldn't say that. More people are getting into the baking of bread, but it's still pretty unusual. You usually just run down to the grocery store and you buy what you need. Although, yeah, many of us have these recipes from years ago, and this is what we make. The younger ones, thank goodness, are finally coming back to our old-fashioned ways, I guess you'd call it. And I'm going to say this, and somebody may disagree with me, but it's about time. Okay, here's your recipe. Like I said, it's a basic roll recipe, bread recipe, and the only thing you do is, see, all you do is you cut when you get it made, and after it's kneaded and after it has risen, then you just roll it into circles and you cut triangles, and you do it just like you do what you would call crescent rolls. We call them better horn rolls. That's what the name has been for years. Yeah, I made them when I was in high school. Okay, so you know this is an old recipe. Okay, all right, got that one. I hope I'm giving you enough time to get all the directions and the ingredients. Yeah, I hope so. Anyway, my next one, by the way, I got to move along a little faster here because my next one, I've got about 8 recipes here. All right, I kind of want to close it to finish my bread recipe for today and then move on to rice and so forth. Okay, next one is what's called Nellie Rose. This is a little bit different. You use potato water. That's the water that you cook potatoes in. Don't salt it because it'll get too salty then. But it's the water that you boil your potatoes in without salt, and then you go on from there. Yeah, I don't know where they got the name Nellie Rose. Probably somebody who, a friend, and name was Nellie, and that's what they came up with. But anyway, this is another roll recipe, and it's a good one. This is one that you can put in overnight in the refrigerator. You make it up and you put it in overnight, and in the morning you shape it up, shape it in the bun, and bake it. So it's another easy recipe, another old recipe, done in stages. So like I said, all these recipes are old. They are recipes, some of them I have used myself, and some of them I have just found in the older cookbooks that are interesting and that I plan on making. That will be another project going on. I will be making bread and showing you how to do it. But that is another project that will be going on, coming on. Okay? In fact, starting the 1st of August, I will be having 30 days of preps, and it will be not going out and buying things, because I can't afford to go out and buy things. My limited income doesn't allow me to do that. It's wonderful if you can go out and buy $200, $300, $400 a day, or anytime you want, $30, $40 a day. I can't afford that. Not if I want to pay my rent and everything else. So I'm going to have 30 days of showing you how I store my water, showing you how I make my fire starters, how I have cans that will burn. Yeah, tuna cans that will burn is what you got. How to make cheese. That one will be experimenting along right with me, and all those kind of things. So we'll have 30 days of that, and that'll be starting in August. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, I can't afford to go out and buy, so it won't be just going out and buying food or buying supplies or anything like that. It's going to be making use of the supplies I have here already in order to survive. And remember, we're not all the same purpose. We all have different family needs. We all have different needs. So what works for me, what works for you may not work for me. And what works for me may not work for you. But it'll be 30 days of things that you can do to help you prep. And also it'll be old recipes, such as, did you know you can make Spam? You can make summer sausage. You can make head cheese. You can make your own cheese. All that kind of stuff. And that's what we'll be going over there. Okay. Just make a note. There'll be 30 days of that in August. Yeah. It'll be 30 days anyway, okay? I'm not too sure we might get them all in August, but we'll get them in. We'll get the 30 days in. Alright, my next one. Just plain old white bread. This again is a very easy recipe. Old-fashioned. I'm giving you all these recipes just simply because one of the recipes, you may not like all the recipes. You may be looking for something different. A lot of people are looking for whole wheat recipes. I don't have any recipes like that. I'm sorry, I'm old-fashioned. We didn't use whole wheat at that time. We used the white bread. But I do use the unbleached flour. So maybe I'll be a little bit happy there. I don't know. But anyway, this is another white bread. It's a very easy recipe. This one is though you roll it up a little bit differently. You don't form the loaves right away. You roll it out into a rectangle, and then you roll up the rectangle, and you put your bowl, you put it on. You roll it up, and then you put it in your little pan. Okay, that's the way a lot of them are doing it now. Those that are doing making bread, I see that a lot. And the first time I saw it, I thought, what are they doing? Because I'm old-fashioned. I'm old. And what we did was we just formed the loaves and put them in the pan and let them rise and threw them in the oven, and that's what we did. We didn't roll them out. That's an extra step to me. Maybe it makes the rolls better. I don't know. But bread better. I don't know. But like I said, if you want to do it, that's fine. It's up to you. It's none of us are alike. None of us use the same methods. Okay, but we come out with the same result. So it doesn't matter what kind of recipes, what kind of result, methods we use, as long as we come out with bread. Okay, there's your white bread, just a plain old simple white bread. Next one. I am coming to an end here pretty soon, okay? Grandola bread. This is a very, very simple one. You don't need it. And to me, that is wonderful. Because I can't knead with my arms. My arms just can't do it. And So I don't have to knead this. I just let it rise, and yeah, I let it rise. Put it in a cut it into 5 loaves and bake it. I mean, for 8 to 10 minutes. Be very, very careful. You have to watch this very, very carefully, or it's gonna burn on you. Um, this is an old recipe. It's one of my recipes from my cookbooks. It intrigued me when I saw it. I haven't made this one. I will make this one tomorrow probably, because our weather's temperatures are going to go down, and it'll only be in the 70s. So hallelujah for a while. The heat wave that's up for one day. I'll be baking bread. I'll be trying my oats bread, and I also want to do this one. My oats bread, I got 4 or 5 different ways I want to do that. So I'm going to have a lot of bread by the time I get done tomorrow. Yeah, okay. Oats bread, I want to use it with regular oats. I want to use it with cream of wheat. I want to do it with my wheat bran. I have got some shredded wheat here I want to do it with. I want to do it without the flax meal. Yeah, so that would be 5 different loaves I have. That's a lot of bread. I hope people like bread around here, because, yeah, I hope it turns out so I don't have to throw it out to the birds. But there again, if it doesn't turn out, I will just cut it up in the crouton and use it. Or do it in the breadcrumbs. It'll work that way. We'll get it worked out no matter what way we do it. Even if I don't like to eat it, we can use it for something else. And that's the secret to saving money, is using all those things every which way you can. Such as you have the old bread. If it's just stale one time, use it for French toast, and all that kind of stuff. If it's really old and it's really begins to if it's really old and it begins to get, I don't know what you call it, stiff, dried out, then you use it for croutons. A lot of times I will rub garlic on it. I will put it in the oven. Then I would take it out and I will rub garlic on it. And so I have garlic croutons. I cut them into croutons then. Or I make it into crumbs, and I have garlic breadcrumb for some of my food. Okay, so you can use all kinds of things with dried out bread. Alright, that's one bread. And like I said, you have to watch this one really, really close, because it's going to burn on you. And you don't want that. Okay. I'm coming to the end. I think I only got 3 left. You leave that. Pizza dough. You don't have to buy pizza crust in town. Make your own. You can also buy the mixes, the pizza dough mixes. I have some of them, but like I said, this is the old-fashioned way, and this is the way we did it years and years ago. We didn't have pizza dough. We couldn't run out there. We didn't have takeout pizza. We didn't have pizza delivery. We had to make it ourselves, and if we wanted pizza, and this is what we did. So it only takes a few minutes to put it together. Let it rest for, make it up, let it rest for 10, 15, 20 minutes to become elastic and to become relaxed. And then you put it on your pizza pan and you continue. Yeah, very easy. Just a few simple ingredients that you would have at your house, I would hope you would have in your preps. Okay? Olive oil, I've used vegetable oil, I've used, we didn't always have olive oil. You gotta remember, we're in a rural state. I'm in a small town, in a rural state. But we didn't have olive oil. Really. We had the cooking oil, the vegetable oil, and that's what we used. Alright, so, I don't know, it works with either one. Olive oil gives it a little bit more of an Italian flavor, I guess you'd call it. Okay? Next one. Oopsies. Yep, it's called oopsies. Yeah, I know. Every time I do something wrong, I say oops. Anyway, these are oopsies. These are breads that you can make that have no gluten in them. And I made this, have made these several times over here because whenever I would host dinner, we had several people who couldn't have gluten, and I mean, they got sick if they had it. So I would put these together for them. It is a little bit different. You have to have your cream cheese, but I've told you how to make your cream cheese. Then you can make homemade cream cheese, and it's a little more complicated. It's yeah, it takes some time, okay? But if you're gluten free and you want some bread, well, let's get it, okay? There we go. Oopsies. With 3 eggs, a pinch of salt, cream cheese, and baking soda. That's all there is to it. You have to divide your eggs, and you whip up your um, egg white until they're stiff. Then you do beat up your yolks, and then you just kind of blend it all together. And then you just bake them. So it's a very, very easy recipe. You're gluten-free, this is the recipe to go for. Like I said, I've made it several times. They like it over here. And that to me is the main thing. If other people like it, we got it made, okay? Oopsies. And my last one, very last one, can you believe this? Sioux fried bread. I'm in South Dakota, and we have the Sioux Native Americans up here. So what we like, or what a treat for a lot of us is we have a foot called a foot. It's just it's vegetable, I guess you call it. And the big thing there is Indian tacos. And you use your fried bread as on the bottom of the tacos. And yeah, we love it. Some people, and we did this before, Mom did this before we even heard of the Sioux fried bread. I mean, yeah, we had the Native American, but we really didn't have anything to do with them. I mean, they were in their separate places, and we were in ours, and that was it. Because you got to remember, this was the mid 2000s, and mid 1990s, 1900s, 47, 50, 60s. You know, we didn't do that stuff. Mom would take bread that she'd make, and she'd take off some, pinch off some, and she'd flatten it out, and she'd throw it in the oil, and we'd have fried bread. We loved them. We'd put cinnamon on them, we'd put sugar on them, and that kind of stuff. And so that was a treat for us. But it wasn't until I was much older that I discovered the Indian tacos and the Native American fried bread. This is another very, very easy recipe. Very, very easy recipe. You just put it all together. You just put it together, and you knead it 4 or 5 times. Let it relax. Make your balls, flatten them out, and fry them. And like I said, a lot of times this is a basic Sioux fried bread by the Native Americans. Sioux Native Americans is what we call it. That's what we've got. That the group that we've got here in South Dakota is the Dakota Sioux. Okay, so that's our recipe, and it's another something very, very recipe, and it's very easy to do. And like I say, we put the taco stuff on it a lot of times, just like you do a taco, but you put it on that fried bread instead. See, there you go. These are recipes. Just first ingredients, and then I'll move down to the instructions. You know, I'm going to have to figure out how to do this differently. I don't know how, but I'll have to work on it and see what I can come up with, okay? So, there ends the end of my bread recipes. I hope you've enjoyed them. And tomorrow we will be starting on, I believe I said rice. We have rice. But I'm going to start on that. I'm going to start on tuna and salmon and so forth. All the canned meats that you can get. I need to make things with. That's what I'm going to start with. All the vegetable recipes for you with your you can use with your canned meats is what I'm going for. And it doesn't matter if you can them yourself or if you buy them canned. But anyway, that's what we're going for. We're going to have a, let's see, today is Tuesday already. Holy moly. So we'll start tomorrow with canned meats recipes, and I don't know how far we'll go. Maybe we'll do a couple of days of that and switch to rice and then switch to back to canned and anyway, that's what we'll do for a while. Okay, I hope you have a good day. I hope these recipes help you with that. We enjoy them. So have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Bye-bye. God bless you.